Can you beat the perfect run in Super Mario Galaxy 2 without jumping? For this challenge, we're only limited to backflips and long jumps, and no flutter jumping with Yoshi, so that means no infinite flutter glitch. Now this first segment is pretty easy, just backflip onto Yoshi, and we continue on as normal. So this next segment's pretty straightforward, you're just walking on panels the entire time, no jumping required, so I'll just let it roll here. Now this next segment is also fairly easy, but you have to do a bunch of precise timed backflips in order to get this right, because if you don't, you're going to land into the electricity, so make sure you're doing that. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Now this next part is where things can get a little bit tricky, because you're going to have to do so many backflips in this segment, because if you don't, you're probably going to fall off, and you're probably going to get hit by the electricity one way or another. So my advice is, when you're trying to go into this area, make sure you have at least one cloud remaining, or at least two. I would say probably at least two, because you're going to want a second one for later on. But if you keep backflipping here, you should have no problem. Now this segment here is where you're going to want to use your last cloud that you have remaining, because you can actually use it to get over these electricity lines that are here. Because trying to backflip over these normally is probably not going to go so well for you. So if you line up perfectly and you go for a long jump, you can actually use your cloud to give you a bit more distance. Then you can backflip off the cloud onto the block. And for this next segment here, you can actually just pull yourself onto the pole star from this block over here without doing any jumps. Now this segment, of course, here is just pole stars, obviously, so I'm just going to speed it up because this is just pretty self-explanatory. Now, the last segment here, I thought this was going to be a whole lot more challenging than it ended up being. Because for the entirety of this, you have to avoid Hammer Bros, their hammers, and at the very end, there's Boomerang Brothers that you need to take out. Now, you can pretty much just backflip and long jump over these as much as you want. You don't have to do any regular jumps here at all. As you can see from this footage, I did not do a single jump here, and it's honestly just kind of how I normally did it on my first playthrough of it. So, with that said, that's pretty much it for the challenge. The last segment was really not that hard as I thought it would be. And there you go. And you can beat the perfect run without doing any single normal jump whatsoever.